Hi, I'm Mike Lyons, the CEO of Lyons and Associates. At one time or another, many people ask themselves, why are some people more successful than others? For some, this question is the focal point of a lifelong search. For others, it is not. Over time, the answers may come to you, they may not. However, to get a clear picture of why some are more successful than others, we have to take a look at what do these people do that are more successful than others. The fact is, you are where you are and what you are because of yourself. Everything that you are today or ever will be in the future is up to one person. It is up to you. Your life today is the sum total result of your choices, decisions, and actions up to this point in life. You can create your own future by changing your behaviors. You can make new choices and decisions that are more consistent with the person you want to be and the things that you want to accomplish with your life. Imagine this. Everything that you are or ever will be is up to you. And the only real limit on what you can be, do, and have is the limit that you place on your own imagination. You can take complete control of your destiny by taking complete control of your thoughts, your words, and your actions from this day forward. The most important discovery in success is that 95% of everything that you think, feel, do, and achieve is the result of habit. To put it simply, successful people have success habits. Unsuccessful people do not. Successful, happy, healthy, prosperous men and women easily, automatically, and consistently do and say the right things in the right way at the right time because of habit. As a result, they accomplish 10 and 20 times as much as average people who have not yet learned these habits and practiced these behaviors. Success is the ability to live your life the way you want to live it, doing what you most enjoy, surrounded by people who you admire and respect. In a larger sense, success is the ability to achieve your dreams, desires, hopes, wishes, and goals in each of the important areas of your life. Although each of us is unique and different from all other human beings who have ever lived, we all have 4 goals or desires in common. You can quickly conduct an evaluation of your life by giving yourself a grade in each of these 4 areas that I'm going to bring up. The first is being healthy and fit. The first goal common to all of us is health and energy. We all want to be healthy and fit, to have high levels of energy, and to live free of pain and illness. Today, with the incredible advances in medical science, the quality of our health and fitness and our lifespan is largely determined by design, not by chance. People with excellent health habits are far healthier, have more energy, and live longer and better than people who have poor health habits. The second goal that we all have in common is to enjoy excellent relationships, whether intimate, personal, or social, with the people we like and we respect, and the people who like, love, and respect us in return. 85% of your happiness will be determined by the quality of your relationships at each stage and at each area of your life. How well you get along with people and how much they like and respect you has more of an impact on the quality of your life than perhaps any other factor. The third goal that we all have in common is to do work that we enjoy, to do it well, and of course to be well paid for it. You want to be able to get and keep the position you want, and you want to get paid more and promoted faster. You want to earn the very most that is possible for you at each stage of your career, whatever you do. The fourth goal that we all have in common is to achieve financial independence. You want to reach the point in life where you have enough money so that you never have to worry about money again. You want to be completely free of financial worries. You want to be able to order dinner in a restaurant without looking at the right-hand column to decide how hungry you are. What we all need to learn is how to better organize our lives as a whole, to think more effectively, make better decisions, and take more effective actions than other people. You will want to learn how to organize your financial life in such a way that you may achieve all your financial goals far faster than you can imagine today. One of the most important goals you must achieve to be happy and successful in life is the development of your own character. You want to become an excellent person in every respect. You want to become the kind of person that others look up to and admire. You want to become a leader in your community and a role model for personal excellence to all of the people around you. In each case, the decisive factors in the achievement of each of these goals that we hold in common is the development of the specific habits that lead automatically and inevitably to the results that you want to achieve. Now, the good news is that all habits are learned. They're learned as the result of practice and repetition. You can learn any habit that you consider either necessary or desirable. By using your willpower and discipline, you can shape your personality and character in almost any way that you desire. You can write the script of your own life. And if you are not happy with the current script, you can tear it up and you can write it again. Just as your good habits are responsible for most of your success and happiness today, your bad habits are responsible for most of your problems and frustrations. But since bad habits are learned as well, they can also be unlearned and replaced with good habits by the same process of practice and repetition. What we need to do is develop habits. And the fact is, good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. Bad habits, on the other hand, they're easy to form, but hard to live with. In either case, you develop either good or bad habits as the result of your choices, decisions, and behaviors. One of your great goals in life should be to develop the habits that lead to health, happiness, and true prosperity. Your aim should be to develop the habits of character that enable you to be the very best person that you can imagine yourself becoming. The high purpose of your life should be to ingrain within yourself the habits that enable you to fulfill your full potential. We first make our habits, and then our habits make us. And any act that is often repeated will soon form a habit. As your habits increase, they steadily gain in strength. At first, it may be like a spider's web, easily broken through. But if not resisted, it soon binds us with the chains of steel. The fact is, we are all extraordinary. Each one of us came into this world with more abilities than we can ever use. As individuals, we could never exhaust our full potential if we lived 100 lifetimes. Our brains have 20 billion cells, each of which is connected to as many as 20,000 other cells. The possible combinations and permutations of ideas, thoughts, and insights that you can generate are equivalent to the number 1 followed by 8 pages of zeros. This number is greater than all of the molecules in the known universe. Whatever you have accomplished in life to this date is only a small fraction of what you are truly capable of achieving. And this is a fact. It is all about building habits, keeping the right habits, and letting go of the bad habits. And this is exactly why some people are more successful than others. This is why some salespeople are more successful than others. It's not luck. It has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with action. It has to do with habits. One of the things it says in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. Well, this can help you develop the habit of asking everyone and in every way possible for the answers needed to move ahead more rapidly. When I began to read books on selling and put into action what I had learned, it helped me to develop habits, which helped me to become successful. And I've been through the whole thing, listening to audio programs, watching videos on YouTube, reading books, listening to some of these programs as I drove around, attending sales seminars, asking other successful salespeople for advice. And I developed the habit of immediately taking action on any advice or good idea that I received. As a result, my sales went up and up. And when I worked for someone else, eventually I surpassed everyone in my company. And that's how it works. You know, I've gone from the point of being at the ground floor to a sales manager and teaching other people what I was doing and what enabled me to be so successful. And I eventually reached a point where the next obvious step in life was to branch out on my own, build my own business. And that's because I've developed habits that encourage success, that not only encourage success, but they breed success. Now, I had expected more people to be on this hangout so we could do some role playing, but
Mike, there was not a join hangout button at first, and then when I had logged back in because I was having problems with my internet connection, I noticed the join hangout. So that join hangout button was not on at first, and other people probably seen that there wasn't one, and they are probably watching. I don't know if you have viewers, but maybe they're just watching and they not log out and log back in.
okay, well, you got in, didn't you?
Yes, because at first I didn't see that join hangout button, and then when I had logged out and logged back in, I was able to see it.
You got in because you looked for the way and you found it.
Okay.
And we do have a couple of viewers who I guess have not found their way in, but you know, I guess you and I can either pitch each other, or I can keep talking about habits, or maybe the laws of cause and effect.
Well, I would be interested in hearing more what you have to say.
On cause and effect?
Yes, or laws of habit.
Are you a fan of philosophy?
I enjoy philosophy. I enjoy some.
Okay, well, nothing happens by accident.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know the reason why something happens, there's still a reason that explains it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way, well, what would pertain to cause and effect in this is, if you do what other successful people do, you'll eventually get the same results that they do. And if you don't, you won't. Nature is neutral. Nature doesn't favor one person over another. When you do the things that other successful people do over and over again, you eventually get the same results that they do. It's not a matter of luck, chance, accident, or anything. It's a matter of law, cause and effect. You know, when I first stumbled upon this thing, it was an extraordinary idea for me. And, you know, even today, I'm awed by the immensity and power of this simple principle. If you want to be happy, healthy, prosperous, popular, positive, confident, just find out how other people who are enjoying these benefits got that way and do the same things that they do. Think the same thoughts, feel the same feelings, take the same actions. And as sure as 1 + 1 = 2, you'll get the same results. It doesn't come overnight, but eventually. It's not a miracle or anything like that. The fact is, you can learn anything. You know, I've worked in a variety of businesses and industries. I've traveled all over the place, learned about different cultures, developed numerous skills. The major part of my life was spent in the collections industry and playing music professionally. And everything I've ever done, I wanted to be the best at it. And what I've found is the only way you ever get there is with hard work, determination, and taking action, developing habits. I've heard, and don't quote me on this because somebody else in sales told me this. I've never actually read it anywhere or anything like that. But I was told that when Michael Jordan pushes to get better at basketball, because he is the best, he has to be better than himself. And that's an incredible point in itself. By achieving what he has achieved, there's nothing left. Nothing left to model to achieve, so he has to be better than himself. And that's awesome. I think it would be awesome to get to that point. It's one of those goals jotted down in the goals book. Be better than everybody, so the only thing I have to do is be better than myself. That's an awesome goal. You know, when the first time I became a sales manager, I read every book, every article, listened to every tape. This was back in the days of cassette tapes that I could find on sales and management, and I was all about applying ideas and principles to building and directing a successful sales force. And what that taught me was that just reading the books, just listening to the tapes, was never good enough. The only time I ever got success is when I took everything and put it into action, and not just for a specified period of time, but to continue in action and build momentum. That's actually, excuse me, that's actually what we were going to discuss a little bit in this hangout, building momentum. Because in sales, momentum is something that you need. You have to build momentum, and you have to keep the momentum. And the only thing that builds momentum, true momentum in sales, is developing the right habits. And one of the most beautiful things about momentum is that anyone can build it. It's just a matter of taking action to achieve whatever goals that you have set for yourself. And it's all of that falls into the laws of cause and effect. All that needs to be done is find out the cause and effect relationships in any area of any endeavor, and then apply them to your own activities. And if you do this, you get the same results. You know, it's about taking control. You know, not just in sales, but taking control of your life in everything, every aspect. For example, if you notice what a lot of people do, instead of taking advice on this, they'll nod, smile, they'll agree, and then turn away, go about their day-to-day business. They start working at the last possible moment, waste a whole bunch of their day in idle conversation with whatever, you know, things that aren't working towards a goal. And this same person will also leave work at the earliest possible time and then spend the evening socializing or watching television. I've known a ton of people like this. It's one of the things that made me really want to delve into studying psychology. And what I learned, that there are a series of universal principles and timeless truths that explain so much of human success and failure. These same principles explain happiness and unhappiness, riches and poverty, health and ill health, good relationships and bad relationships. And they're all mental laws that pretty much explain why some people have just a wonderful life and why some do not. If you look into like the law of control, for example, if you feel happy to the degree which you feel you're in control of your own life, or if you feel unhappy to the degree to which you feel you're not in control of your own life. This is the law of control. They call this the locus of control theory in psychology, where the psychologist will differentiate between an internal locus of control and an external locus of control, which this is where you feel your control exists in each area of your life, and this is what actually determines your happiness or unhappiness more than any other factor. And the fact is, we all have control of it. If you feel like you're the primary creative force in your own life, that you make your own decisions, that everything that happens to you is a result of yourself and your own behaviors, then you have a solid internal locus of control. As a result, you'll feel strong, confident, and happy. You'll also think with greater clarity and perform at higher levels than the average person. On the other hand, if you feel like your life is controlled by other factors or people, by your job, your boss, your childhood experiences, your bills, your health, your family, or anything else that might create drama in your life, then you'll have an external locus of control. And you'll feel like a victim. You'll feel like a pawn in the hands of fate. And with that, you'll soon develop what we call learned helplessness. That feeling when you're helpless and you're unable to change or improve your situation, then once one develops something like this, they soon develop the habit of blaming others and making excuses for their own problems. And this type of thinking inevitably leads to anger, frustration, and to failure. And that's, the difference between the internal and external locus of thought. Next you've got the power of belief. Basically, what this is whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality. This reminds me of a passage actually in the New Testament, and I'm not actually a religious person, but I have studied the things that different types of religion tell us and actually I've studied some of it in different cultures, and basically it's a rule book on how to live your life. But in the New Testament, there's a passage that says, according to your faith, it is done unto you. And there's a similar one in the Old Testament that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And what that means to me is belief creates the actual fact. Meaning, whatever you truly believe can become your reality. The fact is that if you do not believe what you see, but rather you see what you already believe, your deeply held beliefs form a screen of prejudices that distort your external reality and cause you to see things not the way they are, but the way you are. And the worst of all beliefs that are self-limiting, or the worst of all, or actually the self-limiting beliefs. These are the ones that we develop through life. Usually they're false. The ones that cause us to believe we're limited in some way. And when we subscribe to these negative beliefs, they soon become habitual ways of thinking. If we start thinking things that, for example, if you believe you lack intelligence or creativity, personality, the ability to speak publicly, the ability to earn a high income, or the ability to lose weight, that's one I struggle with sometimes. I get on a treadmill every morning and I'm overweight, but it's because I'm not working hard enough at it, and that's what I believe. Or even the ability to achieve your goals. When we have self-limiting beliefs, we develop the habit of continually selling ourselves short, and it causes us to give up easily when in the pursuit of a goal. And even worse, we begin to tell other people around us that we lack a certain quality or ability, and our beliefs then become our realities. And the fact is, you're not what you think you are, but what you think you are, if that makes sense. Of course, the first step to getting past these types of beliefs and developing the right habits is to challenge any self-limiting beliefs. And this process can begin by imagining there are no limitations at all. When you develop your mind to the point where you absolutely believe that you can do anything you put your mind to, you will find a way to make that belief a reality. As a result, your entire life will change. Now, this is not easy. Beliefs, they are the hardest of all things to change. But the fact is, beliefs are learned. And anything that has been learned can be unlearned. You can develop beliefs of courage, confidence, unstoppable persistence, things like this that you need for great success by reprogramming your subconscious mind in specific ways. It's a matter of talking yourself out of self-limiting beliefs. And this in itself is a beautiful thing that will enhance and improve so many areas of life. And it's something you just start on it. You just start doing it. You figure out where are the problems, what can be done to fix them. You begin taking action, developing habits, and continue to work at them. You build momentum, and it keeps getting better and better and better and better until you have your own self-fulfilling prophecies, which leads up to the law of expectations, right? Whatever you expect, you can have. In other words, you do not necessarily get what you want, but rather what you expect. And if you can expect something with confidence, it can be made a reality. If you confidently expect something to happen, this expectation has a powerful effect on your attitude and your personality. The more confident your expectations, the more likely it is that you will do and say the things that are consistent with what you expect to happen. And as a result, you will dramatically increase the probabilities that you will achieve exactly what you're hoping for. One of the wonderful things about expectations is that you can actually manufacture your own. You can get up each morning and say, I believe something wonderful is going to happen to me today. And as you go through the day, you create a force field of expectations that surrounds you, and it affects the people with whom you come in contact. And in some remarkable way, a series of wonderful things, both large and small, will happen throughout the day. Successful people expect to be successful in advance. Happy people expect to be happy. Do you ever run into somebody and say, man, why is he or she just smiling all day? Why are they so happy? What's going on in their life that makes them so happy? Well, they expect to be happy. They're doing things that make themselves happy. Just, for example, popular people, they just expect to be liked by others. They develop the habit of expecting that something good will happen in every situation. They expect to benefit from every occurrence, even temporary setbacks and failures. They expect the best of other people and always assume the best of intentions. And the people that do this are seldom disappointed. And of course, the flip side of positive expectations are the negative expectations that many people have. Unhappy people that expect to fail more often than they succeed. They expect that other people will hurt or disappoint them. They expect their ventures to do poorly. Instead of expecting the best, they expect the worst. And because the law is neutral, they are seldom disappointed, meaning if they're expecting it to do poorly and it does poorly, well, they're not disappointed because they got what they expected. One of the most important things you can do to assure a happy, healthy, prosperous life is to expect the very best from every person or situation, no matter how it may look at the moment. Develop the habit of positive expectations, and you will be amazed at the effect this has on yourself and the people around you, because you're a living magnet. And that gets in that gets in the whole other law, the law of attraction. Man, there have been so many books written on the law of attraction. You know, the one that says you're a living magnet. You invariably attract into your life the people, ideas, and circumstances that harmonize with your dominant thoughts. This law, in fact, has been written and spoken about for 5,000 years. It's one of the most important of all principles in explaining success and failure. In fact, the law of attraction says that your thoughts are activated by your emotions, either positive or negative, and they can create a force field of energy around you that attracts into your life exactly the people and circumstances that are in harmony with those thoughts. And like all mental laws, this law is neutral, meaning if you think positive thoughts, you attract positive people and circumstances. If you think negative thoughts, you attract negative people and circumstances. Successful, happy people continually think and talk about the things that they want to attract into their lives. Unsuccessful, unhappy people are continually talking about the people and situations that cause them to feel angry and frustrated. One of the most important habits you develop is keeping your mind full of exciting, positive, emotionalized pictures and images of the exact things that you want to see materialize in your life and in the world around you. This is one of the most difficult of disciplines, but one that pays off in extraordinary ways. So, habits. Habits, habits, habits. If we develop the right ones, we get the right things. If we develop the wrong ones, we get the wrong things. It's pretty simple, but not easy. I've been going on for almost an hour here, man. I got carried away. So, Trina, tell me what you do in life to create more positive things happening in your own life. What do you do to make things more positive?
Well, I believe in a lot of those things that you mentioned, like law of attraction, and I mentioned another time that I have watched law of attraction videos, and I've noticed that when I've got out of watching those videos every day, that things changed. My sales wasn't as good as they were at the other job that I have, and it's just funny. So I said, well, maybe it wasn't hocus pocus. Maybe there was something to that. I mean, just tapping into that, every day or a few times a week, just watching videos and thinking positive, writing down goals, especially writing down goals mainly, and being consistent with that. And also, I noticed that, and I think that does work a lot. As far as other things, I try to reduce drama. I don't like drama at all, so I try to reduce my interactions with negative people if I can, as much as I can, because I just don't like drama at all coming my way.
And there's plenty of it out there.
Yes.
Drama is always looking for somebody to latch on to and to suck in. And you mentioned you used to have a habit of keeping up with the videos on the laws of attraction. One of the things that habit did for you is give you momentum in keeping your habits up on those laws. And what happens when we break a habit is we lose momentum in it. And the funny thing about momentum is if we stop working at it, momentum can fall off so easy.
That's
And
an interesting way to put that momentum. That's an interesting way to put that momentum. Yeah.
and the thing is, with momentum, when you lose it, it sneaks up on you. Because you can go for a little while and the momentum stays up there.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, the rug gets pulled out from under you. And you're like, what happened? I don't know what happened. It sure
Uh-huh.
what happened.
Mhm.
Momentum was lost.
Yeah. Yeah. Got out of the zone. There's a word they call it, vortex. The vortex. Abraham Hicks calls it the vortex.
Exactly.
The vortex. So I believe in that, and it is a good feeling to reach your goals or even get close to your goals. Like say, someone says, they were going to make, 5 sales a week and they hit 3. They're not at the 5, but the 3 is good, or they're happy with that because they hit 3 and they're going to work hard to get that 5 next week. It's like, or just claim and say I'm going to make 20 appointments today or 20 or 20 sales this week or something, and you might get close.
Right. And the fact is, when we look at the laws of attraction, which is, it's cause and effect, back to old school philosophy. When you put the laws of cause and effect, belief, expectations, attraction, and correspondence together, you arrive at the great universal principle that explains your life and everything that happens to you. And you become what you think about most of the time. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, the mind is powerful, and so is the tongue. Like the tongue is a powerful sword. Even if you're not even speaking, you think of stuff, and it's like that stuff can come into fruition just because you thought it. Just so a lot of things you mentioned, I do believe in. I've seen it work. Sometimes I doubt that karma exists, but law of attraction, I do believe.
Well, it's all good stuff.
Mhm. Yes.
I think I think I'm getting ready to take action and go get me some lunch.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Well, it's Friday. Somebody's got an awesome fried catfish special.
Yeah, that's true. Catfish, that's good.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in the New Orleans area, so all I have to do is drive down the highway and see who doesn't have a long line, and that's where I'm going.
Well, the person that doesn't have a long line, do you want that place really?
Yes, yes, because for a restaurant to stay in business around here, the food has to be good.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So so you have your pick of good food down there. So you have like a lot of local restaurants that you go to. You don't deal with much with chains.
Not too much. Not
Yeah.
too. I I'll still drop in the Taco Bell once in a while, or order a pizza from one of the local chains. But
Mhm.
the
Oh,
local food is really good here. Really good.
yeah. I'd rather have local pizza than that chain store pizza. I taste the difference. It's like, oh, it's terrible when you taste the local pizza versus the chains like Pizza Hut now. It's so
Yeah,
much better.
yeah. If I order from a chain, it's got to be Papa John's.
Hmm.
That's the only chain I'll eat. Which that says a lot for them. But then again, some people I know don't like them at all.
Hmm.
Like if, like I I don't know if you've met Tom Shanahan yet. He's from Chicago, and well, he lives down here now, but he's got to have Chicago style pizza. It's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
if I'm ordering from somewhere, he's like, man, why are you ordering that garbage, man? Come over here across the lake, man. I'm gonna take you someplace good.
Yeah, yeah, I like Chicago style pizza. I even looked into ordering from Giordano's, and it was $45. I said, "Oh no, it's not that serious."
Not that serious. Absolutely.
No, because they don't have it here anymore. But I found something close with local chains, so I was like, "Well, they close. I think Giordano's is better, but I'm not paying $45 on a piece of chips."
Absolutely. And you're up there in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, yes, I'm in Wisconsin. Yes,
So
yes.
what is the local food like up in Wisconsin?
It's good. I mean, it's good food here. There's good restaurants here. The pizza chains and certain other places. Some places have like they sell a variety of stuff like American style food. Greek restaurants and of course the South Side has Mexican restaurants and stuff. So there's a good variety here, Italian and everything.
Good deal. Good deal. I've never been up there, so
Yes, you probably would freeze.
I've been all over the place, but areas that are cold, I tend to stay away from.
Yes, yes, it's really cold here. In the wintertime, in summertime it's good, but in the wintertime, I can tell when someone's not from here because it could be 40 degrees and they have their arms wrapped around them, and I'll be like, oh yeah, they're not from here.
Oh
So
yeah, 40 is too cold.
40 is not cold to me. I mean, it's cold, but it's not real cold. Not where I have my, rubbing my arms. I wouldn't want 40 degrees in my apartment, that's for sure. Mm. I like warmth though. I like warmth. I need a place that has a balance, not too hot, not too cold.
Well, it definitely gets too hot down here. Yesterday it was 100 degrees.
Oh wow. Yes, that's hot. Is it your is it going to stay hot for a while, or does it get cooler down? Do you guys get four seasons? I guess that's what I'm asking. Do you guys get four seasons?
We have winter and stuff, but the leaves don't change colors or anything like that.
Oh, really? Oh.
But and right now it's 70 about 76 degrees outside. The temperature dropped seriously. But it rained all night. It was nice this morning.
Mhm.
I was outside watering my garden and stuff about 6 o'clock this morning, and it was about 70 and breezy. I'm like, oh man, like I could sit outside in this all day.
Mhm. Oh, I wanted to ask you, have you been to Emerald Lagasse's restaurant?
Yes.
Yes, I know it's probably a stupid question because you're down there, but I don't know. Yes, I have never been. I have never been to Louisiana. I would like to visit one day. I'd like to visit a lot of places. As this music festival looks appealing to me, over the last few years, I'll be like, well, that's probably on the list of things to do. Looks like it might be fun.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff to do down there.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
a music festival.
Lot of good food, good music. The culture is the culture here is definitely one in its own. That's for sure.
Mhm. Yes, that is great. It's always interesting to hear about other places. It makes Milwaukee seem so boring. You hear about other places where people live and what they do and what they have happening there.
Yeah, and I've been a lot of places, and the longest I've stayed in another place, a place other than New Orleans, is like a month. And I get homesick bad. It doesn't matter where I'm. I can be in San Diego where it's gorgeous all the time, everywhere, and I get homesick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's usually like your home, your hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, homesick. Some people look to leave their hometown, and so you're not moving out of your state, yeah.
Probably. I don't see that happening.
Okay. A lot of people move on out. Uh-huh. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go find me something good to eat for lunch, and we're gonna, I guess, shut this hangout down, and of course we'll have our normal one again Tuesday. And of course, if you need anything, give me a shout or give Rick a shout, and we'll help you out.
Okay, well, that is great. Well, I'll talk to you later, Mike, and you have a nice weekend.
You too, Trina.
Thank you. Goodbye.